Welcome back to Dating Greek. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Kaki.
And we are two single Greek sisters who are so excited to present our 2-night finale event. For those of you who are just joining us, we brought 16 Greek Americans together to find love sight unseen during a global pandemic.
Tonight, our couples will go on their fourth and final dates, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Right? Tonight is when our couples actually get to see each other. But that's not all they had to look forward to tonight.
We decided to change things up a bit. Ever heard of the 36 questions that lead to love?
Yes. The 36 questions to fall in love is a set of questions psychologists found encourage intimacy between strangers. Actually, a New York Times author did this experiment, wrote about it, and ended up falling in love with that date.
Seriously crazy. Tonight, our cast went on this social experiment and took turns asking each other the questions.
The questions are divided into 3 sets that get increasingly deeper as they go on.
We loved seeing our cast members get vulnerable and open up. We hope you enjoy watching the dates.
At the end, our couples had to stare at each other for 4 minutes straight.
Via Zoom.
Yeah, that would have gone a little bit better in person.
It was kind of a fail.
But hey, it's a social experiment, right?
Exactly. And without further ado, get ready for our final night of dates with our awesome cast of Season 2 Dating Greek.
Okay, waiting for Francesca to show up. I have my flowers at the ready, and we'll see how this goes. Just gotta wait, see if this Zoom works. First time inviting someone to a Zoom call. Okay, she's here.
Hi.
Hey, Francesca, how are you doing?
Good. How's
Good
it
to see
going?
you. Going well. How are you doing?
Good.
Good to finally see you in person.
I know. I feel like we've been waiting for this moment.
I know, we have been. And also, just to let you know, I picked some flowers for you from the backyard. So I know you can't take them, but here you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey!
Oh.
Oh my god! Love that you've dressed up for the occasion.
I said I've tried to put something together every night.
I have too, but like only the top part. Yeah. Anyways.
Hello, Ariana, or Ari.
Ari, how are you, Paul?
Good, how are you?
Good, we're meeting. We did it.
I know, we made it.
Yes.
Final night.
Before we get started with the questions real quick, last night my video didn't record on our date. Got messed up.
Really?
So it was like, I was like, oh man.
By the way, you are
Yeah.
very pretty.
Thank you. You're cute too.
Thank you.
So are we getting into these
Are we doing
questions?
this?
Boys?
I've actually looked at some of these before because this came out of a New York Times article, I think last year.
This is the first time I've ever heard of, what was it called? The 36 questions
Yeah.
to fall in love. Let's dive in. I'll start. Set 1, start here. So given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
My dad's Yia, and I have her middle name, but I never met her, obviously, but I think I would want to talk to her because my dad adored her growing up, and I think that was really where he learned from her and like just watching her, but I think I would just like to talk to her, and from what I've heard, she was an amazing person. So Yaya Niconia, that's who I'd want, that's the one.
I like that answer.
Thanks, thank you.
Kind of stole mine because
Oh, no!
Yeah, I would honestly want to have like Jesus as a dinner guest because I would really love to see like if everything actually does like line up, like what was going on through his head through like his life.
Yeah.
And all that and stuff maybe that wasn't written.
Honestly, that's a really good answer. I feel like I'd want to also. I have a lot of questions for him.
Of course. Who doesn't these days?
Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
I wish I had like a deep answer, but honestly, my real answer is Tyra Banks. I would say that she raised me because I watched her show every day after school from a very young age, and I feel like she taught me everything I know about like confidence and like feeling fierce, self-love, all of it. Like big shout out to Tyra. And so my question, I would want to like talk to her about like the next stage of my life.
That's a good answer. I think mine would be my papu who passed away when I was 4. It'd be cool to like be able to have a conversation with him and like be able to show him like how much I've grown up.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a lot better than my answer.
I think like I just don't know. I like your answer because like okay, you have this person that like you've made a part of your life but you've never met, so I think it's still a good answer.
That's true. Thank you.
So we've got Tyra Banks and Jesus as our dinner guests.
Is it that one for the books?
I have a feeling it would be very unorthodox.
Always love a good dinner party.
Jesus can bring the bread and fish.
And Tyra can bring the tea.
If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? Are you thinking?
Oh, I thought you were answering, so I was waiting for you to answer.
Nice.
I was like, oh wow, he's really like thinking of a good.
That's what, yeah, I was like, dang, she's really putting thought in this one. I don't like these questions. I kind of just want to talk.
I know, me too.
It's like it's not as fun.
But apparently that's for like if you decide you want to hit me up after this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
For what?
Three things we have in common. We're both creative. We've talked about this.
We both have curly hair.
Haircut in weeks, so like I'm usually a lot shorter than this. I was afraid, like my hair's like a mop right now. I would just piggyback off that and say like definitely the creative aspects. I think we're both can get deep into conversation pretty fast, I feel like, and we're both energetic with whatever we talk about, I feel like.
Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common. Okay. This is pretty easy, I think. But like we're both Greek. We're both half Greek. That's key. Both like art of various forms, and also we both have lived in New York City.
Cool.
Those are 3 very easy things. So I don't know. Are you supposed to also say 3 things?
Well, my 3 things are going to be different. So.
Oh, go.
So I will go. Well, one of them was that we're both into the arts. Another is that I would definitely say we're both intellectual. And a third would be that we're both super sweet and chatty. I mean, you are at least. I don't know if I am, but
No, you are. I can vouch for that. Yeah. That's funny.
For what in your life do you feel most grateful? I think just growing up with the best of both worlds, with the Greek culture and American culture, and just being able to experience both kind of different personalities with different cultures, that sort of thing.
Besides like family and friends, just like health, like being able to move and like function, like number one.
Yeah, I like that.
Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say and why?
So if it's like a pre-planned like phone call that I know I'm gonna have, I usually do like rehearse it. Why? I don't know. I get anxious on the phone and I don't want to mess up.
See, I would not have guessed that based on this because you were like super easy to talk to the whole time.
That's good to know because I get really anxious on the phone. So I don't even know who I'm talking to.
Yeah, I guess it's easy because you literally have no idea who you're talking to. I only would do it if it's like a professional call. Like a job interview type call or something like that.
I need your 4-minute life story.
I thought we could get away with
You
it.
trying to? No. I'm getting the 4-minute life story. I don't care how many minutes we go over.
Okay. I was born.
In the beginning, Genesis 1:1.
I was born, and then this is like I give like weird anecdotes when I talk about my like life story.
I'm here for it.
Like a week before my brother was born, I dropped an iron on my arm and it like went like this.
Mm-hmm.
And like burnt my fingers, burnt my hand. I still have a mark on my arm from it. And then
battle scars.
My brother was born the next week. We moved, and then my brother was born. And then I wanted a sister, so I called him Ariel for like a long time because I really wanted a sister named Ariel, and my parents gave me a brother, and I was pissed, naturally.
I feel you on that because when my little cousin, when Irene was born at the hospital, I was 6 at the time, so she's like your age. And 6-year-old James walks into the hospital room with my Aunt Helen. So I walk in, whatever, and I'm like, oh my gosh, let me meet the baby. And they're like, oh yeah, this is baby Irene. I said, Irene? I said, you had a girl? And she's like, yeah. I was pissed. I was so mad, and I was
it's
like,
annoying.
I was like, this is BS. I was like, Demetri, I need another person to play with. I can't. I said, I'll love her, but I'm not gonna play with her. And the funniest thing is, Irene and I are like this now, and she holds it over
That's
my
so
head now, and
funny.
she's like, oh really? Oh, you want to hang out now? Really? You said you love me, but you don't want to play with me. Now you want to hang out? Oh, okay. Anyways, get back to your thing now.
That's so
Sorry.
funny.
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
I feel like I would just ask it for like advice. It'd be like, can you tell me like how I could best get promoted, or I don't know, like where I would thrive, like will I be happier if I like move to Paris or if I stay in New York?
The one question I do always have, which I probably would ask, is today, at this very moment, do I know my future wife? That's always something I'm curious about. Like, do I currently know my future wife? I don't know why I always ask myself that, but I just want to know if I know them or I've yet to
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that's normal, but I don't really think about it.
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, anything else, what would you want to know?
I have like a weird answer, but like I kind of want to hear yours first.
No, you have to answer first.
I kind of want to know, like, and like, this sounds weird, and I'm like just gonna be like honest. I think I would just want to know like when I like meet the person that like I'm supposed to be with, because I feel like I'm just at a point where I'm ready. I'm like happy with all the other aspects in my life, and it's not a need, but it's more of a want. And I think I just would want to know, like, not so I'll be ready, like just to know like, oh, like around this time, or
right.
It doesn't even need to say who. Like I feel like I would just, that would be like good to know. I mean, I'm like super content. I'm like a very independent person. Like if it happens, it happens. I'm like not gonna, I still can like lead a fulfilling life, but
right.
I don't know. That's like a strange answer, but I feel like that's like the one thing that I do like really want to know.
That's actually sort of similar to what my answer was going to be. I was going to say I would want to see like who I marry and like where do I end up with that person? Like what city, where do we live?
Oh, that's a good question. Like a
I'm
good
very,
like
anxious
like
to know.
Yeah, me too. But I feel like the age and like time of like our lives that we're in right now is such a good one, because like there's nothing holding us back.
Right.
So like we're in like such a good position.
Yeah. Right. There's like no rush like at this now. It's like we have so much time still, but at the same time it's something we keep on the back of our minds.
Right. And I'm not in any rush at all, but I feel like that's like there's like I have like there's time. Like I'm not worried about that.
Right.
Right. I'm not like it's just I feel like I needed to like preface.
No, I get it. I understand.
Okay. All right, you got it.
So everyone wants to find out if they're gonna fall in love.
And with who?
Basically the reason they're on this show.
But did it work out?
We'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out.
I love a good tell-all.
What is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
I don't know if this is like basic, but I said graduating from nursing school, because
I don't think that's
like
basic
really
at all. Nursing school's hard as shit. Like I commend you.
Thank you. It was like a really like it was a struggle.
Any science major is like difficult, like material, but I feel like nursing is extra hard because like you're responsible for people's lives. You feel guilt if something happens. Also, it's like hard science stuff. Also, it's just like demanding on your body, like long hours and like early shifts. And I have a lot of respect for nurses because I feel like it's a very difficult major.
Well, thank you. It is. So
yeah, I think that's a great answer. You should be proud.
Right. Thank you. Yeah, that's definitely my answer. How about you?
So I think that in high school, I took things a lot more seriously in high school than I did in college. Like I was like the kid that took like a bunch of AP classes and worked really hard at them and like practiced really, like my social life was definitely not like, I had one, but it was not like popping off. So in high school, I worked really hard in school and I ended up getting a full ride to college. And I don't really tell many people that because I feel like it's very, it comes across as very like showboaty. Like one of my best friends literally just found out, like he's one of my best friends for like 4 years and he just found out this week that I had, because I just don't tell anyone. But it was really like validating because I was like, damn, well, like I'm like, I guess like all that time that I spent studying instead of like hanging out with people like paid off. And like my papa would like cried and like my mom cried. So it was like, it was a good deal.
That's awesome. And it's like really humble of you to not like want to like throw it in people's faces.
Yeah.
But congrats, because
I
that's
try not
awesome.
to bring it up because you just feel like an ass. But like I would definitely say that's my greatest accomplishment.
What do you value most in a friendship?
I value when you're there for me at all times and not when it's just convenient for you. Like I think it's very easy to be friends with someone when like, oh, like you're going out to the bar tonight with a big group. Like, yeah, you're my best friend. Like, of course I'll be there. Or like, oh, like you have tickets to the football game. Like, yeah, I'll go with you. But then it's like, are you going to drop everything and be there for me when like I'm having a really, really tough time with something? Like when it's not going to be fun for you to deal with it. Like, are you still going to be there? Those are like true friends beside like partying friends.
Right. Like, yeah, you can have fun with them, but you want to like get deeper from the surface too, and like make sure that like you have, I don't know, it's stronger than just like, let's go to the bar or whatever.
Right. You can be, anyone can be a drinking friend. Not everyone can be like a real friend.
Looking back at like my friends freshman year, there are definitely a couple people who like everyone always went out every weekend, so sometimes it was hard to distinguish like who was a drinking friend and who wasn't.
Right.
And, but
totally.
looking back, it's like, yeah.
Like, like they were drinking friends or like they weren't.
They weren't like really there for me. I don't know.
I know. I get that. I think we're kind of in the same answer then for that one.
Did I ask this first?
Then what's your most treasured? I think like I like practically like lived in my Yaya and Papu's like every summer growing up. Mm-hmm. So, and they have like the biggest garden and we like always would like spend time just like laughing and gardening and like cooking, and just those memories I think are always like gonna be like happy to me.
The first time I remember going to Greece and like seeing my Yaya and my Papu's childhood homes and like their humble beginnings to what they built here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
I feel like that's super emotional too.
Yeah. Treasured memory.
Honestly, like going to Disney with my family when I was little, because like since my dad was always like traveling and stuff, the only time that like we ever had like family vacations was to Disney. And that was like the only time that like no one really fought, you know, like it was just kind of like you're in a whole new like world, like a whole other world. So I guess like those trips, and like even to this day, like people like judge me for like saying I like to go to Disney. They're like, that's so stupid. Like
no,
I like like it
I have so
for more than just like rides, you know, like it like meant something to me when I was little, and like now I go and like I still like have like some of the best memories of my like life there, you know. So I guess.
So are you a huge Harry Potter person too, with Harry Potter World there?
No.
No?
No, I'm about to hang up on you.
I've never read a single book or seen the movies.
I hate Harry Potter. I hate it. I hate Universal. I hate everything about it. I don't hate anything in the world except for that.
What about the Incredible Hulk ride?
I will never go to Universal.
Have you been there?
No, I have no desire
You've never been to Universal?
No. If I'm gonna go to the greater Orlando area, I'm going to Disney the entire time.
All right, fair enough. All right, I've been to both. The Incredible Hulk's a nice ride. I don't know.
You can go on it yourself.
Note to anyone who wants to date Chloe, do not suggest Harry Potter World as your first date, or any date. What do you guys think? Disney or Harry Potter?
Butterbeer or pineapple Dole Whip?
These are the deal breaker questions, people.
What roles do love and affection play in your life?
Like I'm a hugger. I like to hug people. I'm not like the most affectionate. Like it's weird. Like it depends on like my mood. Kind of. Like I love like my friends and family, obviously. And like I've never been in like a serious like relationship or anything. So like I don't really know like kind of like how I'd be in like that situation.
Love and affection is important, but I think there's definitely times where it's like there's definitely a point of like not getting enough, but there's also a point of like sometimes you're getting too much or giving too much, and so it's like trying to find that happy medium. Like I'm kind of the same way. Like I've never been in anything like super serious, so it's like you don't really get to learn like what that actually means. What roles do love and affection play in your life?
Big role. I feel like I have a lot of love to give. I feel like that's like a very integral part of my character. Basically, when I was little, I would tell my mom that I loved her all the time, like constantly. And at one point, I think I might have been like 8 years old, she like had to have an intervention with me. And she was like, listen, she was like, sometimes the more you say something, the less it means. And I was just like, I just could not understand, could not fathom that concept. Like, I was just like, what? I was like, so you don't love me? And I was just like so rattled by that. And I think like, I don't know. It was just like an indicator of like a point where like I had so much love that it became too much for even my mother.
Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner.
Honesty.
Positivity.
Can I just say one? Damn. Your laugh. I like your laugh.
I like your smile.
Adventurous.
Oh, that's a good one. I was gonna say. Okay. Creativity.
Big heart.
Funny.
All around amazing. There you go. Ooh, that was a great fifth one.
That is a good one. I feel like I want to say the same for you too. That's weird if I do, probably. I would say easy to talk to.
Okay. I
No,
talk too much.
I like hearing you talk.
Later on, like literally when we're done with everything today, like we
Yeah.
can FaceTime or something. Like we can just keep talking because like
Yeah, same.
I could talk to him.
I like that.
Cool. We have a lot more in common than we actually thought, so I like it.
I know we do. It's also cool to like put a face to like your voice.
Yeah, same, right? Like
It's nice.
I could like I had an idea in my head of like what you might have looked like. So it was actually somewhat pretty close to it, so not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Same
So-
with you. Same with you. Okay, and I think we're good too because we just got one more question. We just got the text for phase 3, so we've picked it up in
Yeah,
this
there
round.
you
So
go.
good job.
Yeah, good job.
So, how close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's?
My family is very close.
This is like the question that everyone's going to be like, we're all close because we're all Greek.
Yeah, like it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, like close, but too close.
Yeah, like too close. And yeah, I had a pretty happy childhood. There's been ups and downs, but I think for the most part, like, you know, I have loving parents and like a good support system and good friends, and it was a good childhood. Honestly, like I miss being a kid. Like I wish I was a kid like today. Yeah, what about you?
Especially like when I see my students, and my students are like, you know, having the time of their lives or like just exploring and enjoying life. I'm like, man, I sometimes wish I was that age and didn't, you know, take it for granted. When I was younger, I wanted to grow up really quickly. And now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I should have taken advantage of like, you know, just youth and like exploring the world more.
For sure, for sure. How do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
My mom. I feel like this is also a question that every Greek guy is going to be like, oh, my mom, I love my mom.
Greek boys and their moms.
Yeah. So I feel like I expected a lot from my mother when I was a kid. And it got to a point in high school or college when she started working. And when she started working, I was like, oh man, now I got to like fend for myself. I got to like start cooking. This was like tricky because I was pescatarian. My mom's like, I'm not going to cook special meals for you. Like you do that yourself. So I think she and I have a really good relationship because she knows when to be a mother and she knows when to like cut ties and be like, you got to do this yourself. And I think some other mothers don't do that with their sons, and other mothers will like mother them like too much. And it's like, I've seen it happen in school. I'm not saying any names because in case these kids watch this show, but I've seen it happen in school and I just like, oh, I'm like, no, dude, you're ruining your son.
Yeah, no, my mom's she's definitely, I think, a helicopter mom, but like,
Yeah.
like a good place. I definitely think that she's definitely more hands-on with my brother than me. Yeah, no, my mom's like my best friend. She's honest and blunt with me, like to a fault.
Mhm.
Like even if it's like at the expense of my feelings or whatever, like she'll like tell it to me straight, which I used to think like it was just her being mean, which like sometimes I think she could be like a little too critical. You know, I've always felt this pressure to be like perfect. And I think it definitely comes from her, you know, she was always on me about like watching what I ate and like my weight and like everything like that. I know it all came from a good place, but like sometimes I think it did like kind of mess with me a little mentally. But like I know it all comes from like a good place, and like all Greek moms are just like, they just want what's best for you. And yeah, I just love how I could count on her to like shoot me straight.
Yeah.
Make 3 true we statements each. For instance, we are both in this room feeling. We are not both in the same room. I wish we were, but
We're both
we're not,
in the
so.
same Zoom instead of room.
There you go. I was going to say that one. Can I go ahead and claim that one? I say we both have gotten a good vibe from each other. We both are on our 4th date together. Yeah, and we're both definitely going to keep talking to each other afterwards for sure. Like this won't be the end of it.
Unless I ghost you.
I mean, I'm just waiting for you to ghost me. It happens every time, so it'll give it a week.
All right, complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share ...
Oh my God, you know what this is set up to say. I wish I had someone with whom I could share the rest of my life with. If you didn't think that cliche was coming, I mean, look at the question.
Know. I feel like
I'm standing by my cliche answer. I wish I had someone with whom I could spend the rest of my life with.
I wish I had someone with whom I could roast the rest of my life with.
Hey, listen, that could be the same person, you know?
I'm Team Chrysanthi. I want someone to roast till death do us part.
And I'm Team James Train. Just looking for my Greek wife?
Doesn't mean you can't have both.
I feel like Chrysanthi would really deliver the zingers.
But can James handle the heat?
As long as he gets her name right, I think he'll be okay.
If you're going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know. I am super faith-driven, but I am not somebody who's like only immersed in my faith and nothing else. Like, I very much recognize that I live in the real world. So while I use my faith to guide me, I'm always looking for the perfect coexistence between faith and worldly experience, and, you know, trying to use one to lift up and help the other. How about you?
I like to give off this very, like, confident, like, bad B attitude, but I am actually very, like, self-conscious and insecure. And so if someone says, like, something negative to me, I will think about that constantly for days and weeks. So I'm very good at dealing out the sarcasm, not so great at taking it in. Whenever, you know, someone says something, even if it is sarcastic, I will secretly be like, okay, well, is that really what they think of me, or are they just trying to be funny? You know, so I'm very, like, analytical of myself, and I know I shouldn't be. I'll be, like, messing around with someone, or we're joking, going back and forth, and then they say, like, one thing. I'm like, okay, now I'm just gonna think about that one thing you said for, like, 5 more days. So yeah.
If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know.
Okay. I don't want to get, like, too personal on air. Fine, I'll just say something. Something that's a big part of my life.
Okay.
Something that's huge, like a big part of my life or a struggle, is like anxiety. Sometimes turns into like panic. So a huge thing for me, like in my life, has been learning how to cope with it, and my close friends and family just learning, like, if I'm feeling anxious, just like what to do for me or to help me just feel secure. So
yeah, no, I deal with that all the time too. I'm actually a super anxious person too, but I internalize everything, and it's kind of a bad thing because I don't like talk about it with people. So they would probably help me if I did, and I don't. I actually, when I was studying for the bar exam, I like subconsciously was so stressed out I didn't even realize it, that I lost like 20 pounds, like just within like 6 weeks studying for the bar exam. Like, I knew I was going to crush the exam. It's like, it wasn't even like an outward anxiety. It was just like internal. It was just like my body was so anxious. It was just like, just shredding everything, like all this weight loss. So that was crazy. So, I mean, I absolutely understand anxiety.
Tell your partner what you like. Be very honest this time, saying things you might not have said. I feel like I tell you these. I like that you're fun. like every single one of these girls that I've talked to, we have very nice conversations. It's very like they're pleasant, they're friendly girls. They're all like like they like to listen, like they want to learn about you. Like everyone's the same in that sense, but like you have that, but then like you also like we can tell like a really funny story and we'll laugh about it, or like we just go off and like we'll make fun of like the stupid questions, or like we just like talk about like dumb funny shit, whereas like everyone talks about like the nice serious stuff, but you can like go
Yeah.
beyond that, and I just like
can
I think
like,
you're fun.
take that and just like give it back to you? I
Sure.
like that the conversations are easy and not like a bad easy. Like I feel like with other people, like they're kind of easy too.
Yeah, for sure.
But this conversation, just like I look forward to it because I don't have to try. But,
Yeah,
like, I don't
it just
want to have to
goes.
try. I don't want to force it.
Right, I think it just happens, and I like that we have a lot we can relate to each. I think I really think that the camp thing like hits home for both of us for a lot of different like we said earlier, like camp is a very like multifaceted thing, and it's important for like a lot of different reasons, and we both like hold it in like our like top regard.
Actually, I said this in my reaction video yesterday.
These questions
Wait,
suck.
I'm trying to think about what I said. I said something nice about you. I think I said that like everyone else, I was like nervous to like talk to, and like this is gonna sound horrible. Like I'd like put people down, and then like I'd get my thing.
Yeah,
and I'd
hopefully
be
they
like,
cut it out.
I don't even want to
Yeah.
talk to any of these people. Like I only want to talk to one of them. Like it was
Yeah.
just easy.
I was kind of the same way. I was like, I want to talk to all of them because like I think they're nice people, and like I have like nice conversations with them. But if there's one that I
Yeah.
actually like give a shit about, it'd be this
Yeah.
one.
If another girl said that like you were there and like number one, I probably would have been like annoyed. And like no girl like wants to admit that, you know? I mean, I'll be the first to say like I would be annoyed, but like
I want to know like, am I up against this dude? Am I like I want to know my competition here. I think there's a big Zoom call tonight with everybody, which I think it'll be really cool, but also really awkward because there's like some girls I haven't talked to in 3 nights. Either like I dropped them or they dropped me, and it's just like, hey, like how are you?
yeah, there are people I ghosted from night
Yeah,
one that
I got
are
a
gonna be
few.
on there that I was like,
Yeah, the whole thing is a very weird like social experiment, and I don't know if people are gonna like come out of this like pissed off, or like they're just like, yeah, it was like a TV show.
I have literally no expectations. Like if I come out of this with speaking to no one, like it wouldn't bother me because I'm not expecting to come out of it.
Right, like I didn't
you're
come on here to get married. I just literally came on here for the hell of it, and like if I don't find anybody, it was like funny and it was fun.
Right.
If I do find someone, like that'd be cool too, and like that's a funny way to meet somebody. But
Absolutely.
it was
Yeah,
like
it's like a
whatever
good
happens,
story to
happens.
tell people.
Yeah, exactly.
So Chloe is fun, and Lucas is here for it. But he's not here for the questions. Yeah, not a fan of those. You know, you win some, you lose some.
Tell your partner what you like about them. Can I say everything? Definitely. First of all, love your personality. And with that also comes your sense of humor. I think you are so chatty and bubbly and very, very funny. And I love that. And I love people with similar senses of humor because I can relate to them really well. I don't think you have a single superficial bone in your body. I think you're very honest and very real and truthful.
Oh my God, thank you. Wow, that was so nice. Oh my God. I don't even think like someone I've actually dated has ever been that nice to me.
Tell your partner what you like about them. Be
All
very
right.
honest this time. Say things you might not say to someone you've just met. I can tell you're very like grounded and humble, and I don't know if I've met anyone like that. I'm very surprised that at the age you're at and like just how you've grown up that you are so kind. And the
Oh,
first
thank
thing, like
you.
in my reaction video, the very first night after talking to you, the first thing I said was like, oh my God, he is the sweetest guy
Oh, really?
ever. That's one thing I really like, is that you have a very good head on your shoulders.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would say that a lot of people can be very conceited and can be fake, but you're super genuine. You're also a very, very good listener. Like something that I've definitely like picked up in like noticing your body language and your facial expressions. Like, for example, somebody like me, I love to talk. And so I love talking to people. I love listening to people, but I always can't wait to like, say what's next. Or like when somebody starts telling me something, I just can't wait to respond to them. Whereas like I've noticed that, when I'm talking to you and I'm looking at your face, you're clearly present in the moment listening. You're not getting, like maybe you're thinking about what you're going to say, but you're not like actively ready to take the next step. And I really, really appreciate that. And that's something I will say that like I wish I was better at.
Wow, Nicola and Dimitri have me all up in my feels.
Find people who push you up like that.
What am I, chopped liver?
True. Shout out to all our Greek sisters out there supporting each other through singleness, a global pandemic, and our crazy Greek families. Here's to you, Mary and Isabel.
When did you last cry in front of another person or by yourself?
By myself, it has been way too long. I'm like overdue for a good cry. Like it was like a year ago or something. What about you?
I cry a lot. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but like I'm definitely like one with my emotions.
When did you last cry in front of another person or by yourself?
In front of another person, probably my mom. And then by myself, probably like a week or two ago, I was watching Some Good News, the John Krasinski thing, and like I got emotional like at it was a wedding when the people from The Office came in and they were doing the thing. Like I just got emotional at that part. I don't know.
That was a great episode.
Yeah. What about you?
Honestly, I keep it inside a lot. Like, I don't remember the last time I cried in front of another person by yourself, and I feel like it's not that I don't get sad, it's I don't like showing it. I feel like sometimes I cry more inside, if that even makes sense. Like, I'd be sad inside, which kind of makes me cry inside, but like I don't show it as much.
Yeah.
But what people can definitely tell is when I'm actually down. Like, I'm pretty easy to read, so.
I feel the same too. Like there's so much more to like talk about, obviously, as we've been like continuing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tell your partner something that you like about them already. Out of all the people I've talked to, you were like the most like fun loving and just like we always laughed, so I really like that. And then also I shouldn't say this, but like everyone in the girls' Zooms, we voted that you have the best voice. So I hope
I have the best voice.
Yeah.
I literally hate my voice. I think it's so annoying and cringy. Yeah.
No, we all like it was unanimous. We were like, Paul is the best voice.
Thanks
so I hope that makes you feel better.
That's awesome.
They might clip this out, but I just had to share.
Khaki and Elizabeth, please don't clip it out. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't clip it out.
So what I really liked about you from day one was that you are just so easy to talk to. Like, I feel like there wasn't a time where I was like super nervous. Like, I feel like I just talk and like you listened and.
Yeah, I agree. It was like chill. It was just easy. Yeah.
Right.
For me, I feel like we have like a similar sense of humor, which I really like. Like, I feel like I was always laughing. Like, I remembered our phone calls because I was like always laughing. And then
I actually really liked your laugh because it like kind of like made me laugh too. Like, I don't know, not that like your laugh isn't like funny. Like, I don't know, your laugh is just like welcoming me to laugh as well, if that makes sense.
All my friends say like when I start laughing, it's like over because I actually snort. That's so bad.
Oh no
way! Yeah, when it's like hardcore, like hard, it happens, and they're like, "Stop!" I'm like, I can't help.
Best voice to Paul, but best laugh to Ari.
Maybe they can share the prize.
Which is what?
A lifetime partner who loves you and laughs at all of your jokes.
Hey, sign me up.
If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to
Why do they keep trying to kill
us? No opportunity to communicate with anyone. What would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet?
I know where they're trying to get at, but I don't know you, so.
What, that you're in love with me? Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, this is date number 4 via Zoom. I know where you're trying to get with this question.
Much.
You're not going to get me on this one. I'm not about to say that, and then I get ghosted next week.
Let's just do it for the fans.
Should we do it for the fans?
If we have any.
All right, Hold on, ask me the question right quick one more time. I'm about to
I
answer
hope
it
we have
immediately. They
fans.
can edit
Okay.
this good.
If you're to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone, and why haven't you told them yet?
Asante, I love you.
I love you too, James.
All right, final question.
Final question. Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it.
I'm trying to find ways to like reach out to my friends that I feel like don't feel the same way about everything that's happening right now as I do. You know, I think it's tough because like I don't want to come off as preachy or holier than thou. I want to come off as like I'm trying to like educate them, but like I want to do it in the right way.
I see what you mean. I mean, like, my mom's, like, on the more conservative spectrum of things. And I think that the best thing to do is just come from a place of, like, concern and love and not from, like, a place of, like, judgment. I think it's just, like, encouraging them to educate themselves on, like, the problem at hand.
That's good advice.
Yeah. You know, you can't be too hard on yourself for that.
What is the problem that you would share?
This was supposed to be the year that I moved to Manhattan. I was like set on it. I had like my roommate picked out. It wasn't something I was able to do right away, obviously, because entertainment jobs, especially when you're first starting out, like don't pay a lot. Manhattan's like the most expensive city in the country. So I've been living with my family since post grad, and I do love living with my family and everything.
Yeah.
And like basically, I feel like I'm stuck, and I feel like I always set these like expectations for myself that like never actually like happen. So I've just honestly like I've just kind of started just like not planning my life and just like seeing where it goes.
Yeah.
If you have any advice about like how to deal with that, like that'd be great.
Yeah, I think you have to be patient with some of these. I mean, like, and that's like advice that anybody would give when it comes to like the frustrations of like work and stuff. I think like you kind of know like to a degree like where you want to be. Keep with the attitude you have and everything, like you'll get there. But you just also have to be open to a more roundabout way of getting there.
That's good advice. I definitely like try to tell myself that.
All right, last question. Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how she might handle it. Do you have one you want to give? I have one.
Okay, you go first.
All right, I've got one. So I've got 2 dates tonight. I've got 2 ladies. I got to pick one. What a dilemma I have. How should I resolve this problem, Krisanti?
You should pick the best candidate.
I already told you I love you.
I know. Like, how are you going to tell me you love me and then pick another girl?
Oh my God, they're going to clip this and make me look like such a jerk.
Yeah, they are. And then I hope you get hate mail. Just kidding.
You're going to ghost me anyways, though.
I never said that.
Maybe a few times.
There's a possibility you could ghost me too.
I mean, everything's possible in life. Some things are more likely than others.
So James has a problem. Is it Chloe or Chrysanthi who's winning his heart?
Well, Chloe has been his frontrunner every night this week.
But Lucas has been Chloe's top pick.
Except Lucas says he's not looking for his wife here.
Although he wanted to buy her a ring after their first date.
Hey now, Chloe did say she came into this with no expectations.
Did anybody? I mean, this is a blind dating show on Instagram.
Sounds like a recipe for love.
Or a good story to tell about how I spent my quarantine.
Guess we'll find out tomorrow, won't we?
Yes. Tune in Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all the tea on your favorite couples.
Wait, we still have to have the 4 minutes of staring.
I almost forgot.
No, we have to stare at each other. Hold on.
So now the finale is like the most awkward part, and I'm like, oh man.
Oh my God, I know. I'm gonna laugh the whole time.
I'm bad at the no talking game.
Okay. I'll start a timer.
Okay, you'll start the timer. Okay.
Yeah, I got it going. I'll press it right when we start.
Okay.
All right, 4 minutes starting.
So long.
Now. It's been 30 seconds.
Good job. High five.
High
Virtual
five.
high five.
Virtual high five.
That's it for tonight, everyone. Tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. for our live finale event, airing on YouTube Live. Link in bio.
You'll get all the tea from the cast members themselves.
Did their stories end in love or heartbreak?
See you tomorrow night.
Thanks, guys.